All right. Good morning, guys. We can take it a little bit slower today because I'm planning on staying on until 10 a.m. Yesterday was awesome, man. The picks we gave you, CRISPR was the top pick. It ended up doing great, but more importantly, the pivot we did, we stayed on till like 9:35 yesterday, and we noticed that relative strength in Microsoft. If you remember, I was doing it live on the show, and I was noticing that Microsoft was outperforming Ives, increasing the price target by like 5% or so. And then I really was able to lock it in by 9:42. I got offline at like 9:35. By 9:42, I put the message in the chat room where we changed up the priority of the stocks, and we had put Microsoft first, Intel number 2, Novo Nordisk number 3, and then CRISPR number 4. So, what's really important here, I noticed, is to be able to, we have our ideas. We have like a focus list. Let's just call it a focus list rather than the top 5, because sometimes it's 3 or 4 or whatever it is, and sometimes it's more. So we have our focus list, but then it's also very important to evaluate relative strength in the morning, to see what's working and what's not. So that's what we're going to try to do together here live on the show instead of just trying to leave it for the chat. I think usually we're going to try it. Usually within the first 30 minutes, it kind of becomes clear what's going to be outperforming for the day. So let's just quickly look first at the health of the market. TLT, that's the number one thing I'm looking at. TLT still holding the 50 DMA, so we're still bullish. Remember, we talked about this yesterday, and then what happened to RK? Let me just see, because RK was down in the morning. I want to see if that, rebounded in the afternoon. What are we at now? Right now, we're at 42.66, and I don't know what yesterday's open was. Kind of hard to see here, but in any case, that's neither here nor there. It's just kind of big picture. I think we're bullish on risk assets, RK and IWM. And I think they've been outperforming, by the way. I think RK and IWM last couple of days, ever since this, light CPI has come in and TLT has been going up. It's really been, I think, mostly about RK and IWM outperforming. So that's that, right? So kind of nothing changes, right? We're still kind of in a good period, and we're thinking about risk assets. So that's good. Now, as far as ERs goes, they're both in our top picks. There was a Yatra ER, and there was a ER by Applied Materials. So we'll look at both of those. All right. First, though, I want to look at CRISPR, that top pick yesterday. Let's move that to the top for now. So CRISPR, we gave you a price target of mid-60s on this yesterday, a swing target, and it hit his 64.55 in pre-market this morning. So pretty good there. Now let's just see, let's just review the technicals and see, are we going to be able to test that again? Or are we going from here? All right. So what I'd like to do is pull up the weekly chart on CRISPR to get rid of a lot of the noise, because given the daily, there's a lot of congestion and noise like in these candles here that it makes it hard to identify what your next levels are. There's something right here. You see, this is like kind of a shoulder resistance is trying to reach to, which is right around $62 right there. Yeah, right around $62. So maybe that's a target for it. But if you go to the weekly, because I really think this was game-changing inflection point news for CRISPR for the long term. So I'd like to go to the weekly chart because that gives you more of a longer-term view. If you go to the weekly here, then I think you have a more clarity on what can happen in a swing period. When I say swing period, I'm talking about weeks to months. Sometimes it happens in days. Man, sometimes it happens same day. We've noticed that a few times. But that's my expectation. If I'm getting into this, I have patience. I've added to my IRA, so I have patience to hold this for months to try to get to my price objectives, which will be, I'd like to see this challenge this area, the top of these candles, which is around 70. So I'd like to see that challenge, and I think it can do that. All right, there's no guarantees, but I think with this news, we can challenge the 70s. And then here we go, the 200-week moving average at close to 80. All right, so 70 and then close to 80 is what I have in mind for a swing play in this. And check this out, too, this level here. See that? About 75. That was resistance, a double top. The double top before this thing absolutely exploded to 220 was around 75. All right, so that's neat because that's kind of in between these two levels I'm talking about, 70 and 80. So somewhere in there, but, I don't know. Is that going to happen today? I got no clue. Certainly can. We see strong pre-market action this morning. So let's go back to that pre-market. There it is, 64.55. So remember yesterday morning we had I think the thing was like 59.70 in pre-market was the high. And then it dove to 55 during the day. And then it went back and it was able to test and I think even exceed the pre-market high 59.70 yesterday. So maybe we can see something similar. Maybe this thing's very volatile. So you got to be careful with this. But let's see if we can find any support levels. All right. Let me see. Actually, there was one yesterday I was looking at that was really important. Let me see if I can find that again. Man, this stupid chart. All right. So the previous 58.81, super important. I think that's a great kind of support. Meaning, if it reaches 58.81, your risk reward there, I think, is pretty good, or just above it. Okay, based on the idea that yes, if yesterday's news is a game-changing thing, it increases the asset value of the company. Well, then it shouldn't really trade below the prior, near-term high. That's the psychology behind the chart. Okay, that's the psychology behind the buyers who are looking at this. It's a psychology that forms the technicals, by the way. So 58.81, like that kind of psychology, I just told you right there. Someone will look at that and say, man, this was 58.81 before the news. So I can get it at 58.82. Like, yeah, man, I'm going to buy that up because this news was fundamentally important. That's what creates the chart. That's what creates support and resistance levels. It's actual human beings making decisions, often based on psychology and sentiment as well. All right, so that's CRISPR. I'm gonna do Yatra. I'm gonna do Yatra last because I want to get into some of these other things this morning. Lilly had some news this morning. Lilly to build $2.5 billion diabetes drug plant in Germany. If you look at the press release, it talks, man, a lot of investment. I didn't even realize I have so many manufacturing facilities. So it talks about the full press release. I think it's a partial one about all their manufacturing facilities to support their injectionable drugs. I think they call it injections. All right. Injectionable, I think is what they said. But anyway, this does not look like the full press release. When I was reading the full press release this morning, it talked about all the drugs they have and all the new ones they're going to have and why they need all these production plants. So to me, that's just another reason for the stock, for the bulls to find a reason to buy the stock. That's what I think today. So this stock's in play for today. So let's just look at this over here. Oh man, did that take a dive the other day from 610? We got to break over 595. That's the key on Lilly. You got to break over this resistance. You can see the clear wall over here. So if you break over 595, this thing can start on moving pretty sharply towards 600. Then obviously a little bit of psychological resistance, although I don't even see it on the chart, that 600's resistance. But after 595, this can really get moving. Okay, Lilly, that's Lilly. And then yesterday we had, and by the way, this is going, I really believe it's going above 628 to new all-time highs. All right, got that on my long-term account now. Novo Nordisk, the other GLP-1 drug that have been having an eye on to basically do a catch-up with Lilly. And yesterday we were talking about this level. Man, I think it was 99. What did he tell you yesterday? 99.70 or 99.30? I forgot what level we gave you. It's in the chat somewhere. But it's probably, it was a pre-market high of 99.36. Yeah, I'm like, all right, if we break 99.36, we're going to 100. That was what we told you yesterday. And look, it's gapping overnight now to 101. So I think both of these, and you know, also that news on Lilly also impacts the sentiment of Novo Nordisk. The whole space is hot. All right, so both Lilly and Novo Nordisk in play, and I think Novo Nordisk also gonna get to its highs at 104. Though yesterday I gave you a smaller target, I guess 103.25, right? That was a target I gave you. 103.25. We're at 101 now. So Lilly, Novo Nordisk, CRISPR, all in play. All right, let me just move these around a little bit. Now let me get to Applied Materials. All right, Applied Materials, interesting, and it could be an opportunity here. If you go look at the earnings on Applied Materials, they beat and raised. Actually, I didn't look closely at the beat, but I look at the raise. And the raise was the midpoint of the EPS was 12% over where the analysts were at. Okay. Let me see. While we're heavy here, maybe we can look at what the beat was. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. Let's see. All right. Earnings per share came in at 212. Okay, so beat by 6%, right? 212 beat 199. That's a 6% beat. And then they guided next quarter up 12%. That's pretty wild. Okay, so you know what I like to do? I like to take the guide, do 12% on that. Well, if you take 12% of 154, it comes to a number that is much higher than that 164. I did the math earlier. I think it's about 174, something like that. And look at this big, beautiful cup breakout that it's trying to do. All right, but why is it down? It's down significantly here. It's down 7% in pre-market because there's a criminal probe. I guess, I don't know if it's the Justice Department or the SEC. There's some sort of U.S. criminal probe regarding some movements of chips in order to bypass a ban of selling chips to China, right? So they did something like that. Two analyst opinions on this that I'd shared in the chat room. So here we go. Been having trouble rendering images, unfortunately. I don't know if this is showing for you or not. So one of them's showing. We'll have to work on this bug. We fixed a lot of other bugs on chat with the latest app update. By the way, make sure to get the latest app update. It's a lot faster. Your messages don't disappear into the ether anymore. Whatever you write will show up here if you get the latest app update. But the image rendering seems to have gotten a little worse. So let me just go to my photos. All right. Here we go. Okay. So here are two opinions from analysts on this criminal probe. So Malik, I don't know where it's from. Malik believes that the U.S. investigation into potential violations of export restrictions to China is likely behind this price action. He doesn't foresee further government restrictions and assumes a worst-case scenario of a fine similar to Seagate's $300 million fine for shipping to Hawaii. Okay. And then if you go to the next one, a little negative view, Semiconductor Advisors wrote a note that Applied Materials may face hundreds of millions of dollars in fines, similar to what the other one said, if it is found to violated export rules, as well as restrictions on future sales. So this person's like a little more negative thing, this analyst, as well as restrictions. It's very, very bad when you take into consideration that China is Applied's largest customer, and Applied has a huge operation in China. All right, so this is just my bias in here. Like I think I've seen this. My gut instinct is my muscle memory, as my old friend used to say, is that these type of criminal probes always just end in a relatively small fine, right? Few hundred million. So I tend to side with that first analyst. Few hundred million, 130 billion market cap is kind of nothing. So now what we're looking at the chart. If we didn't have that news, I think we'd be up 4 or 5% based on that beat, and maybe working our way towards 12% up because of the guidance, which would be an all-time new high. I think that's what the stock would be doing. Now it's down 7%. I'm thinking this might be a buying opportunity. Now, if you look at the newsfeed, by the way, you'll see a lot of analysts coming in and maintaining their price targets or raising them. This one raised from 139, 142. They were low, but a lot of them were in the 180 area that I saw, at least a couple of them. Here's 180. Here we go. Needham maintains 180, and I think there was another one around 180. But basically, no one dropped that I saw. No one dropped the ratings or estimates. Everyone was kind of sticking with what they had. Okay, so is this an opportunity? Oops. Oh no. Oh, I lost my moving averages. No. So how do I get it back? Oh gosh. All right, let's see. Someone help me. It's been so long. I am so not familiar with this app. Oh gosh, I set this whole thing up, and where's my settings now? Oh god, someone put it in chat. Where do I find my moving averages? Oh yeah, main chart moving average. Okay. Okay, there we go. Thank God. All right. So if you look at this, you'll see the stock is pulling back right now to close to this 20 and 200-day moving average, which is at we're at 140. The stock's at 143. I don't know where this thing is going to bottom out. Is it going to bottom out as 140? Did it already bottom out at 143? But I think this is, if I was to guess what the shape of this chart would look like, I would think that you're going to find some sort of V recovery in this chart somewhere today. Okay. So whether it first dips to 140 and then it does a big V, or whether, it just takes off right at the open at 144. I don't know when it's going to take off. But I imagine, to me, this does not look like the type of news where it's going to go to 140 and then break below 140. On a 5% beat, on a 12% guide beat, on something that's just a few $100 million fine at the end of the day, I think that this is probably a good buying opportunity. In fact, you know what? Like, maybe I'll buy some for my retirement account. All right. Always tough to time this if you're day trading it, but like, to me, that's what I think about the news, and I think we're going to find that pattern in the chart by the end of the day. It's going to find some bottom and then up sharply in the afternoon. Something like that is what I'm expecting. It's possible just go straight up with the open too. All right. There's some other things that's on the radar. I'm not going to spend a lot of time to get into it. XWell had an upgrade, $7 price target or so. It's a penny stock, 185, 190. Manchester United getting closer to that $33 share deal to sell 25% of the company, but I've had a hard time playing this in the past. The price doesn't want to seem to go to that price of what they're selling shares at. It just doesn't. I don't know. So probably not going to play that. Dix had a bunch of upgrades ahead of earnings. Earnings are supposed to be and upgraded or maintained here. It reiterates outperform 140, announced 134. They all came in today for some reason. Maintained 115. All right, the stock's at 115. There's a big short position on Dix. I think there is. Let's see. 6 days to cover, and they have earnings next week. So that's on our radar. All right. Microsoft on our radar for continuation. Intel on our radar for continuation. Siri on our radar for maybe a bounce back after Warren Buffett showing interest. NVIDIA on our, we had this on our radar yesterday on the morning show, actually, because of the very bullish commentary the CEO gave at the Microsoft event, but we didn't like make it a top focus, and I kind of forgot about it. And then during the day yesterday, I think just exploded. So yeah, maybe that was the catalyst. I mean, those comments were really, really bullish on AI. Look at this beautiful chart on NVIDIA. What am I looking at right now? What is this? Why does this look like it's already at 502? What is, do I have the, hold on. High 499. Yesterday hit 499. The weekly. I go to daily. Hold on. What am I looking at, man? Daily, weekly. Why does it say 5 minutes? I'm so confused. I hate this chart. I hate this app. I mean, there's certain things I like about it, but I miss my TD app. Is this daily or weekly? That's daily. So why does it say 5 minutes? I don't understand. Let me see. 11:50. These are daily candles. I don't know why it still says 5 minutes to the left. These are daily candles I'm looking at. So yeah, okay. So that was 11:15. It hit 499. Yesterday it hit 495. Okay. Then when you go to the weekly, yeah, this thing's a cup break. This thing's, wow. I can't believe it's right there. So NVIDIA is really poised to go to new highs. All right. So NVIDIA is on our radar. Man, I guess we should have had more focus on it yesterday with this very bullish commentary from the CEO yesterday. And of course, we still have Celsius on watch for one day for this to bounce off 50 and just explode. All right. One day. All right. Yatra had earnings this morning. From what I saw, the earnings were not so impressive. And I'm not sure if anyone knows what it's trading at in India after the earnings this morning. Let me know. It looks like it was up, and I forgot how to even do the math on this. I haven't been doing this for so long. At 130 since the IPO. All right. Looks like nothing to write home about in terms of the India price action, and the actual revenue, I think, was a miss. The reason it's up this morning is because they announced a $5 million buyback program with which a lot of people were looking for and waiting for. So I'm not playing this right now. Look, it hit 190 in pre-market. Now it's all the way to 151. So I'm not going to be playing this. Just letting you know that's out there for you microcap investors. You can take a look at that news, and they're not obliged to buy the stock, by the way. It's just they can, if they want to, buy stock. That's what it says in the press release. So, all right, with that kind of covers actually, let me just look at crypto first. Let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, 36. It's still above that breakout level, but, okay. We went through that chart yesterday. We don't need to do that again. Gold has been good. All right, so let's just focus on these top picks here. So CRISPR, Lilly, Novo Nordisk. Let's just put Applied Materials higher. And then Microsoft, Siri, and Intel. Let's throw these up here. Manchester United, probably going to be super volatile. All right, so I'm really like my focus today are these four, I think. It's CRISPR, Lilly, Novo Nordisk, and Applied Materials. These other ones are just there, and we'll keep an eye on them in case they have relative strength based on the recent catalysts. Oh, NVIDIA. I got to move NVIDIA up. I always have I don't know why I never like to play NVIDIA for some reason. All right. All right, let's just do that. All right. So all these are on our radar now. Okay. CRISPR, Lilly, Novo Nordisk, Applied Materials. And you know what? I got to put NVIDIA there. It's just so close to an all-time high with those bullish commentary recently from the CEO. So let's make it a top 5 focus, and then we'll just keep our eye on Microsoft, Siri, Intel. All right. Now let's see, as we're coming to the open, it's 9:27 a.m. Got to drink of water here. We got to now start looking at levels a little closer. We got to look at those support levels as well. You know what? Ah, damn it. 1 second. Let me see if I have any money in my retirement account. I might actually buy some Applied Materials on this. A little bit, not a lot. Let's see. Because there's risk there. Who knows? I don't know. Will the government, like, shut them down? I don't know. Probably not, but you never know. I mean, I'm exaggerating. I'm not going to shut them down, but, like, do a really, really bad penalty that's going to cripple them and make their life difficult. I guess it's possible in the stock market. Oh, look, I don't even have any cash available right now. Where did I put my money? All right. So, no, I can't do that at the open. I'd have to juggle some stuff around if I wanted to do that, and I can't do that now. All right. So, anyway, 928. Okay. So, CRISPR, let's just review this here. We're at 61. And yeah, I think the pre-market lines is going to be something. The pre-market candles is going to be very important on CRISPR today. This can be a guide for you. Okay. Where's the 4 a.m., man? Where's the 4 a.m. open? Oh, man, I have such a hard time with this. I guess it's here. I guess it just spiked. Okay, opened at like 61-ish. Anyway, this is a nice little guide, I think, for you. Support here at 60. Resistance all the way up there at 64.55. This area looks like a pivot point, a decision point for the stock, right around 61.50. So these kind of three numbers you can keep in mind. 60 right here, right? You see all these candles or support, support, support. Now it's resistance. So 60, 61.50, 64.55. Those are the levels to look at, as well as that recent high that I just talked to you about. This is really the important level to hold, which is 58.81. Okay, that's CRISPR as we're about to open. All right. Lilly, I told you about. We need to break 595 on Lilly. Let's put the prices in there. Okay. We need to break 595 on Lilly. Novo Nordisk, 103 kind of target. And, man, that looks good today with that gap. Pre-market low again. Pre-market low, something to look at on Novo Nordisk. A touch above 100, 170. 170 support. And then the gap fill, if it breaks that, you can get to that 99.70 where it closed yesterday. All right. And Applied Materials, nice. It's dropping more at the open. I like that. You can maybe buy some right here. Where Applied Materials, watch the major moving averages on Applied Materials that we talked about. Look at CRISPR up 4%. Nice. All right, now we're open. Now, here's the thing. We don't want to jump to any conclusions too quickly. The temptation when I'm here, I'm talking to you, the temptation is to look at every tick. I'm talking to myself too. Temptation is look at every tick and just jump on it. Like, oh my God, CRISPR just went from 2% to 4%. Applied Material, I don't know. Like, that's a temptation. Let's just observe this together, right? Let's just pull back, relax, and we're just going to watch and see how things play out here. All right. IATRA, interesting there. Let's see what the bid is. No, 152 by 158, not interesting. All right, you need, when you're looking at these micro caps, you need a strong bid. Come on, stop giving me these alerts. All right, so we got CRISPR. Lilly needs to break 595, not interesting, down at 590 yet. We can start looking at support levels on Lilly. Applied Materials. Nice. I'm liking this, man. So I already have a good feeling about Applied Materials right here. Look at that. Now the question, I don't know. Do you chase it? Do you not? Did you maybe get a small amount in pre-market, execution? I don't know what to advise you on that. But Applied Materials, man, I think we had the right instinct that it was a buy. It went to 141.88. Let's just check the daily again. The daily moving averages were at 140. And I think that's it, man. So now, honestly, I don't know. I don't think it's too early in this one to say that this is going to be in play today. The question is where you enter if you're not in. So just going to watch that a little bit more. NVIDIA. Man, I have a hard time seeing this. 496. Did that break the pre-market high? It is breaking the pre-market high. Just got alert on menu. So NVIDIA is it? Yeah, I still don't have a handle on these charts. What was yesterday's close? Yesterday's close was 494.80. The day before was 488, 49. Okay. NVIDIA looks like it's really in play. I gotta say, I'm gonna move NVIDIA up. Moving NVIDIA up. Okay, NVIDIA, CRISPR, Lilly got to break 595. Where's your support if you wanted to play this? Would be the 20 DMA at 584. So 584 support. So not really interested in Lilly, I guess, unless it goes to 584 or 595. Risk. What was that pre-market low we told you about? It was right around here, wasn't it? Okay, Novo Nordisk kind of breaking below this pre-market low. It's trying to hang on, and then you get a gap fill to 99.70. 103 is the target. If it breaks above that pre-market high, it's only 933. Again, the temptation is to just jump on every tick and say, aha. And the only thing that I've really concluded so far is AMAT, Applied Materials, I don't think is going below those supports that we talked about. Applied Materials, I think we had a good thesis this morning. I'm going to move Applied Materials to the top. Let's see this. CRISPR looking good. Let's move that. Okay. Starting to get a feel for something, but it's only 934, folks. It's only 934. So, all right. CRISPR, is it above the pre-market high? No. Okay, CRISPR's looking great, man. All right, CRISPR's at a high a day. Oh, that was right. Okay, now I remember these important level. Oh, wow, CRISPR's looking great. So CRISPR, it was 61.50 was a pivot point we talked about. 60 pre-market low, target 64.55. A little bit of resistance here at 63.84. So CRISPR, I think, is looking good for the day. Buy the dips and let's go. Same with AMAT. Buy the dips and let's go. CRISPR and AMAT. I like those two the best. It's only 935. So, man, what was it? It was 942 yesterday when I really locked it in, but got a good feel on these two. CRISPR and AMAT. Lilly not really working. Novo. $170. Come on. 155. What is that pre-market? What is this candle right here? 173. If we get above 173, that's good. It's 181. All right, 173. It's above it now. So, oh, well, look at CRISPR. Go to that pre-market high, baby. All right, I think I'm going to put Novo up here as well. Now I'm focusing in on the top three. CRISPR, AMAT, Novo. Whoa, look at Lilly bouncing back, but yeah, 595. AMAT. CRISPR, AMAT, Novo. Lilly, we're watching, but it's Lily's so tempting, but I'm just going to try to stick with those levels I gave you. CRISPR, AMAT. Okay, let's look at CRISPR. Hit 63.87. 64.55. That's your target. Target number one. CRISPR, great. Man, should I be buying leaps in my retirement account on CRISPR? All right, AMAT. 145. Zoom into this. CRISPR, AMAT. DEX. Okay. CRISPR, AMAT, Novo. It's 937. That's still kind of what I'm seeing. Let's see if I can buy a little long-term shares of Applied Materials on this drop. Oh, man. I have to sell something. Oh, I thought I had more CRISPR than I do. Seriously? Oh. What? Hold on. CRISPR. My average is 59.07. I want more CRISPR. I don't have enough. Ay, ay, ay. What am I going to sell? I got to sell something to buy more CRISPR. Yeah, I'm talking about a long-term time frame here right now. I thought I bought more the other day. Ah, schnitz. Ah, I got to dip into my gold. What would I sell here? I don't want to sell no more gold. I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at Lily. It's not yet 595. Wow, CRISPR looks freaking amazing. Let's see what I can sell. Ah, man. I don't want to sell. I have so much PAL, though. Oh, you know what? I'm going to sell a little bit of PAL. At a loss to buy more CRISPR. Okay. This is in my long-term account, folks. Oh, wow. Look at CRISPR go. Oh, what's that pre-market? Okay. All right. I got to move faster. Oh, my gosh. All right. All right. Let's see. What was that pre-market high? Was someone looking at that for me? Pre-market high 64.55. All right. Shoot. I gotta buy more CRISPR. I gotta buy more CRISPR in my IRA right now with the long-term outlook. Looking for like over 100, something like that one day. All right. So how much CRISPR can I buy now? Let's see. Okay. Really, I should buy some long-term leaps on CRISPR. All right. Added some CRISPR. Oh, look at AMAT go up too. Man, I didn't get the chance to buy AMAT and Nova. These are starting to really work, man. I think I did a good job there looking at that relative strength in the first few minutes. It's really starting to work. Look, we didn't choose NVIDIA on the top three. We didn't choose Lilly or Microsoft. CRISPR, AMAT, and Novo, they're all going. Novo not as hard as the others, though. But look at AMAT just like flew a couple dollars, didn't it? Did it? I think it did. Let's zoom in. I think it did, and I didn't get a chance to buy it. Ah, there it goes. All right. CRISPR, AMAT, Novo. Novo not as good, I guess. It's just a... okay. Oh, look at AMAT go. Oh, I didn't get a chance to buy it. Shoot. Oh, man. It's just I got to sell something else. I don't have money. I don't want to sell gold. Let's see if there's something else I can sell. Yeah, AMAT would have been like up 5% today, on the way to up 12%, remember, if it didn't have this news. So this could have a lot more room potentially. What am I going to sell? Should I sell more gold? I want to sell more gold. Yeah. Damn it. All right, you know what? Shoot. Okay. You know, I have a... Okay, I'm going to sell... I got to act faster here. All right, I'm going to sell a little bit of VTSI because I'm up on it. I have a nice amount. Let's see. I just got to raise cash. I don't have a choice. Okay, sold a little bit of VTSI. And I can start a little bit of AMAT. Let's see if I can do this. Come on, go through. Don't give me an error. Yeah, okay. All right, now I got a little starter position AMAT for the long term. Look at Novo. Here we go. High down Novo. And then what else did I want to be able to sell a little bit of to get more AMAT? Sold a little VTSI. Okay, you know what? I'll sell. I have a lot of gold. Sell a little bit of gold. So we'll sell. Okay, come on. Sell. All right, we're going to sell a little bit of gold. And okay, we get back. Go to AMAT. Okay. And we're going to get a little bit of AMAT now. Okay, Novo 101, beautiful. Should I get some of the Novo for my long-term account? I only have Lily. Something to think about. CRISPR, baby, 6440. Love it. 6440. All right. So look at that. NVIDIA, Lilly, Microsoft. Looks like we picked the right ones. Manchester United reacting at the high day. But you know what? Can't be everywhere. And like I said, I haven't had a good experience with that. Xwell, look at Xwell. No, it's not good. The bid is 180. Okay. We're good here. SMCI. Let's see what SMCI is doing. SMCI, I own it for the long term. Not so worried about that. Oh, right. AMAT back near, I think AMAT's back near the highs, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, great. 147 plus. CRISPR. 65, baby. All right. All right. Love it. So CRISPR, let's go, baby. Let's go to the 70s. I like it. I like it. Why didn't I get leaps? I'm gonna get leaps now. Let me just see if I have enough CRISPR in my IRA. I like adding as things go up. I do. So let's see. See. CRISPR, that's a more respectable amount I have. I'm up 8% on it. Overall, look. Oh, man. Why didn't I get leaps on CRISPR yesterday when we had that news? I should have done that. All right. So, wow, look at it go. Now we got to pull up the chart. Look at it closer. All right, here we go, baby. So CRISPR, yeah, man. Look at this. It's going there. It's going. It's going. Did you see 70 today? Oh, yeah. It's possible, I guess. I guess it's possible. AMAT, CRISPR, Novo over 101, heading to 103, I think. Not necessarily today. Look at CRISPR go, baby. 65. All right, CRISPR. It's 945. Actually, it was 942 when we locked in yesterday. I don't want to say locked in, but when we recognized the relative strength in Microsoft and Intel and Novo, it was 942 when we changed the order of things around. Oh, yeah, CRISPR. We got to stick with CRISPR now. Top of the pick, top of the day. Okay, we're sticking with CRISPR. Let me take a closer look at Applied Materials. Applied Materials looking great. I like it. Wouldn't it be something if it turned green or close to green, Applied Materials today? Maybe, but CRISPR is better. CRISPR, 6590, 6580 is the ass. This is beautiful. All right, Novo, it's slow. It's a slow mover, but it keeps hitting high day over there, and we're still making the right decision, staying out of all the rest of them, you see. Still made the right decision, staying out of all the rest of these. All right. I see nothing interesting down here. On semi up 0.4%. Keep that in mind for air. All right. And this is when I get reminded things don't go up in a straight line. I see CRISPR going down 50 cents. I'm like, shh. Okay, that's okay. All right, CRISPR, Applied Material, NVO. Now, let me see where I'm at with my retirement account. If I can make any changes, if I want to make any changes. Oh, is Bitcoin up today? My BITO is up 0.5%. Interesting. Oh boy, I got that cough here. Let's look at Novo. Let's look at this. Okay, 101.60, 101.62. If Novo breaks that level, sorry. If Novo breaks 101.60, then you can see this run towards 103. So keep that number in mind, 101.60 on Novo Nordisk. By the way, feel free to use the chat feature. so I don't feel like I'm alone. Because I'd like to maybe do this every day till 10 a.m. We got to get more people in our community. Now, one thing I might do is put the early part of the show free on Twitter and then keep it going for the VIPs till 10 a.m. Got to figure out a way to get more subscribers to keep this show going. So don't forget to follow us on Twitter at storytrading.com/Twitter. Like, retweet, comment. Really appreciate that support. Look at Novo, man. Novo Nordisk. Yes, baby. You know what? I'm going to diversify a little bit because I got only Lilly for GLP-1 in my retirement account. Let me see how much. I'm going to have a lot of Lilly. So maybe I'm going to add a little Novo Nordisk to that. What am I going to sell to fund that? Man. Not so sure. Not so sure. And that Israel war kind of messed up my allocations. I kept everything I had, but I reduced. I sold 30% of everything I had and put it not 30, maybe 20 to 25%. I put 25% in gold, and I missed that big market move. I didn't miss it, but I just had less exposure to I cut back on everything, including Nvidia, Microsoft. So I have smaller sizes in all of them than I otherwise would, and I still have a nice chunk in gold. So I guess I could sell some gold now to buy a Novo. Look at AMAT heading back. AMAT on my. Oh, a session has been paused. Whoa. I just lost my E-Trade and all my level 2. What the heck? All right, guys, hold on. All right, you know what? I'm getting tired of watching Novo Nordisk go up. All right, I got to do this. Damn it. All right, I guess I'm going to sell a little bit more gold. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to sell how much should I sell? All right. All right. Sell that much gold, enter. Okay, now we go to Novo Nordisk. And we're going to buy that same amount that I sold of gold. And done. I am now an owner of both Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly. All right. And I'm going to try to hold that for the long term or until some catalyst changes the thesis. I'm logging back into E-Trade. So now let's see. NVIDIA back green. Let's see if there's a level we can find in NVIDIA that can make this bullish towards its all-time high. Let's see if we can find such a level. Okay, pre-market high 497.83. I mean, that'll certainly get it going. But do you want to wait for 497.83? Maybe. Look at the spike NVIDIA is having right now. This is crazy. So, yeah, man, I could do it. Just go to 5-day. All right, so we got to put NVIDIA on higher watch for a possible break of this pre-market high, 497. I said there, it's number 4. It's already number 4. That was a nice top 4 we picked this morning. So 497.83, that's the number to beat on NVIDIA. Lilly needs to beat 595. Novo, I think, is on its way. What do we need to break? I think, hold on. Novo 101.62. But we already yeah, 101.62 and then 103. Okay, so Novo Nordisk looking good for 101.62 and then 103. NVIDIA, ooh, boy, look at that. Someone write these numbers down. 497.83. 497.83. I guess I'll write it down. 497.83 on NVIDIA. This over. Okay, let's take a look at CRISPR. Let's see what we got going on here. Hit 65.98 and pull back. Do we see a 65.98 resistance on the daily? Let's see. Wow, 3-month high. Okay, so 65.98. It's right in the middle of this congestion zone in the mid 60s. See, this was my original target. So honestly, like it's really hard to say, oh, it just like I don't know, man. For like the day to say, is it going to break through all of this congestion zone and get to 70, 72 today? That's a tough one to. That's when I say tough. I mean I don't know that I would predict such a thing. I'm more comfortable saying, like I said, on the weekly from a swing time frame. Just go to the weekly. Yeah. Now I'm more comfortable saying if I hold this days, weeks, who knows, maybe months, then I got a clear shot at 70 and then 80. All right. And then we'll reassess at 80. Honestly, like I'm in the 75 was that key level too. Wow. Honestly, I'm in this for the hundreds longer term. Okay. But let's see. AMAT. Oh, did I write it? 497.83. Lilly, 595. They're looking healthy. They're looking like you got to watch them, NVIDIA and Lilly. And I own both of these. Now, guess what? I own every single one of these in my IRA. Wow. All the way down to Microsoft. Don't own Siri like Warren Buffett does. Okay. Applied Materials. What's the high on that? I feel like it's near it. 148.55. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, baby. Loving Applied Materials today. Actually, you know what? Do I want to buy more in my retirement account? I'd have to sell more gold. I don't want to sell more gold. What can I sell? Oh my. After earnings? Oh my lord. I'm down 13% on Celsius overall now. I was up on it before. Oh yeah. Okay. Celsius is going up. Something. 1 second. Yeah, we'll take a peek at Celsius. Let's take a peek at Celsius, see if we can find that breakout level. Celsius 5087. Man, this has a lot of work to do. Man, where's the breakout on this, baby? You gotta go like, yeah. All right, I'm just holding this for long term. I don't know. It's got a lot. It's got to get rid of all this, man. It's got to get above the 20. Anyway, this thing's going 70, 80 bucks in due time. All right, let's go back. NVIDIA looking healthy, trying to get that 497.83. CRISPR with the pullback. AMAT still looking healthy. Let's see if we can find pullback support. So one of the things I like to do intraday is look at these moving averages. See, it broke. See that line? That's a 21 minute. So if you were like trading this intraday, that's something I'd like to do sometimes is to sell right when you break that 21 minute and then look for it to break back above it, something like that. So maybe that was a potential, at least near-term sell signal. But you know what? Another thing to do is go to the 5 minute. 5 minute, a lot more choppy. Let me try the 3 minute or the 2 minute. 2 minute, interesting. But we're going to pull back now. Things aren't going to go straight up on CRISPR, so we'll have to see if that reclaims that 1 minute mark. NVIDIA and Lilly having trouble with those breakout levels, but I'm going to keep an eye on it the rest of the day. AMAT, baby. Wow, is AMAT the strongest pick for today in a way? 148. Man, I keep saying I want to buy more AMAT, but I don't know where to get the money from. Let's see how much I have. Yeah, I would like to have more AMAT, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to fund that unless I sell more gold. But I mean, I've just been selling so much gold lately. What's gold doing? Let's check gold. 183.61. Okay. All right, we're coming up on 10 a.m. over here. So our goal is, and there's another reason I want to see if we can end it at 10, because I don't want to be watching every tick, right? I don't want to be making judgments on the day based on 9:30 to 9:35, and then also 9:35 to 9:40, and then also 10 to 10:05. You can change your mind 1,000 times a day. I think like 10 o'clock is a nice period. Around 10 to 10:30 is a nice time period in my experience to be able to recognize truly what the relative strength is for the day, and it can give you a signal of what's going to be strong for the rest of the day and throughout the afternoon. So that's the other reason I thought that 10 a.m. would be a nice time to end this particular show. And the conclusion we're reaching is that the three strongest stocks are CRISPR, Applied Materials, and Novo Nordisk. Yeah, Novo Nordisk hasn't like completely exploded yet. I want to break that pre-market high 101.60. It hasn't done that yet. Okay, but my trigger was really yesterday. It was that level I give you, like 99.30 or something, 99.36, 99.37 for a move towards 103. So in a way, from a swing perspective, I feel like Novo's already kind of broken out. Look at AMAT, baby. I think that's another high. AMAT could end up being the big winner. Oh, no, it's almost at the high. It wasn't another high, but it was near it. Okay, so AMAT can end up being the big winner here because the earnings are so strong, man. Like I said, if they didn't, like, what are people worried about? A few $100 million fine? It's like nothing for a company this size. A few $100 million fine is, it's really nothing. I mean, a few $100 million, it's less than 1% of the market cap. I mean, if they needed to do a raise to pay for that, they could. I'm sure they have plenty of cash. They can just pay it and done. And so this, wow, this is great. Did I buy more AMAT? I didn't. What am I doing? I had to sell gold. I don't want to sell gold. So let's see. Still probably cheap at 148.30. I mean, it's down 4%. They beat by 5%, raised by 12%. All right, I got to find something else to sell because I want more AMAT for the long term. What am I going to sell? It's 10 o'clock. I want to figure this out, and then we'll chat later. So Tesla, Lilly. Oh, I did finally buy back a little Tesla. I'm embarrassed to say. I had the perfect exit right after earnings, and saw it crash, and I was just waiting for lower, didn't get it. And I capitulated yesterday and I bought a little bit back higher. Not higher. Well, was it higher? Or was it around the same price I sold it at, actually? So that's why I was okay buying some back, because I basically bought it back around the same price I sold it. So no harm, no foul. But in any case, I digress. I wanted to sell something so I can buy more AMAT. What am I going to sell? CRISPR. I still don't have enough CRISPR, to be honest with you. So I want to sell some Bitcoin. I sell a little bit of VTSI. I already kind of did that. Oh, man. Anyway, I guess I'm not going to get to it unless I decide to sell something else. So we're going to end the show around here, and we're going to draw the conclusion that out of our top picks this morning, and I even forgot what they were. Did it stay the same it was? Anyone remember? I don't know. I don't know if we changed something around. Oh, I think maybe Lilly was number 2, and I moved it down, and I moved it out of the top 3. Yeah, and I think maybe I moved AMAT up, so maybe that's a change we made. And I think Novo was in there around in the top 5 anyway. So just looking at the price action, I think we made a small change of focusing more on AMAT than we did Lilly. And really, right here for the rest of the day, I think the ones with the best relative strength are going to be CRISPR, Applied Material, and Novo Nordisk. And we'll watch NVIDIA, Lilly, but they didn't reach the levels I'm interested in. Okay, for breakouts. There it is. CRISPR, Applied Material, Novo Nordisk. Thanks for joining, and let me know what you think of this in the chat. If you like this extended show, how it could be different. I'd like for it to be more interactive. If you guys can post in the chat, and we'd like to get more people participating, so I'm motivated to do this. But let me know your initial reactions and thoughts on this show. And look at it; they're looking good right now. CRISPR, AMAT, looks like they're all accelerating, and Novo Nordisk. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining.